Welcome to Provo, Utah. This is the Big 12 now on ESPN+, a Saturday matinee of NCAA women's basketball from the historic Marriott Center. BYU 10-7, hosting Cincinnati at 9-6. Wherever and however you're connected, great to have you with us alongside the fabulous Kristen Kozlowski. I am Spencer Linton. BYU 0-4 through their first 4 Big 12 contests, searching for what they hope is win number 1 as a member of the Big 12 today against the Cincinnati team, Kristen, that's gaining some confidence after they picked up their first win. With that in mind, we'll look at our impact performers today. We'll split screen it and start on the left side, Kristen, with Jillian Hayes of Cincinnati. What impresses you most about her game?
Well, at 6'1", the junior, she's a force down low on both sides of the ball. Second year in a row where she has led the Cincinnati Bearcats in scoring and rebounding. And then we flip the script to BYU and what we're seeing out of Kaylee Smiler as senior guard, 5'11". She's the unsung hero for.
We begin the second quarter in the Marriott Center. The Big 12 now on ESPN+, our women's basketball matinee from the Marriott Center. BYU with a 13-12 lead. Now that is significant because, as I mentioned before the break, Cougars have not at any point, Kristen, enjoyed a first quarter lead through 4 games of Big 12 conference play until today. They are +1 today. Expect her to play. I mean, don't be surprised to see her play just about every minute of every game.
Yeah, she was third in the nation in minutes last year at 38 minutes per game. It's 30 coming in, the leading scorer, leading rebounder, comes from a very genetically gifted family. Her father played in the NFL, mother played, and she's got a brother playing right now for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And we joked about that with her. I said, you know, what is it with some families? Can't you just share the wealth a little bit? Like spread it around a little bit.
Gifted, absolutely gifted.
Set the tone with the early block shot, gets her first career double-double, and the freshman guards did their thing. For Brett Hammer, Kristen Kozlowski, and every member of our outstanding crew, I'm Spencer Linton saying goodbye from Provo, Utah. BYU victorious 68-58, and as a reminder, all games air on the ESPN networks, are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of the Big 12 now on ESPN+. Have a great weekend, everyone. Game 1, only to be bested by 17 hits yesterday. So now what do the Cougars have in the tank? You look at what BYU had done in the season leading into this series. The defense for Texas Tech in this game number 3 on Saturday features the right-hander Olivia Raines, 5-0. Olivia Raines, a senior from Pryor, Oklahoma. I mentioned the 5-0 record, 18 strikeouts. She RBIs on the day. And now here is Maddie Udall. Runners on first and second. It is 6-2, BYU 3 and
field in Provo, Utah. It's another sold-out full house for Big 12 soccer. BYU second to South Carolina in attendance this season at more than 3,600 per game, and the fans in the stands are in for a treat tonight. Texas Tech and BYU 8th and 9th in RPI this week. The Red Raiders riding a regular season hot streak that extends back more than a year. They joined the Cougars at 7th in the latest coaches poll, and as Jason Shepard tells us now, ranked opponents, nothing new for BYU. Jason.
That's right, Greg. Tonight marks BYU's 4th matchup this season against another ranked team. And the good news for the Cougars is they fared pretty well. In the previous 3 matchups, BYU a perfect 3-0. On the other side of things, Texas Tech also comes in feeling very confident, as you just mentioned. Red Raiders on a 20-game regular season unbeaten streak dating back to last year. They have not lost in the regular season since September 25th of 2022. With that, they are also riding a 12-game conference unbeaten streak. Goes without saying, neither team is used to losing. Should be a good one tonight. Greg?
Thank you, Jason. Texas Tech getting consistent results with a very steady starting lineup. The Red Raiders have started the same 11 players now in all 14 matches this season, tonight being the 14th. Let's check out the starting groups for both teams, starting with the visitors from Lubbock. And there's Maddie White. Madison White, the Big 12 goalkeeper of the week, and a 5th-year senior, has led the Red Raiders in all major goalkeeping categories in each of the last 4 seasons, playing in front of her on the back line. Left to right, Barr, Anderson, Taylor, and Blackburn. Midfield, left to right, Kozarski, Martinez, Skrzynski, and Courtright. Courtright is the Big 12 Freshman of the Week. Blackburn playing behind her, the Big 12 Defender of the Week. So 3 major honors for the Red Raiders this week. And we saw up top Williams and Kerr as the strike tandem. The Red Raiders in red and black, or scarlet and black to be official. The BYU starting 11 for Jen Rockwood in her 29th season. We see Tom Stone in his 17th year in West Texas. BYU going with the 4-4-2 as well in front of keeper Savannah Mason. Left to right on the back line, Peterson, Stratton, Vaca, and Smith-Griffiths. Holding midfielder, Jamie Shepard. Attacking center midfielder, the highlighted Olivia Wade-Katoa. She has 18 goals and 17 assists for her career. Withdrawn left, Ellie Bourne. Withdrawn right, Brecken Mozingo. Brecken on a bit of a tear right now. And the strike duo up top, Bella Folino and Ali Fryer. Lots of goal-scoring talent tonight. Ashley Williams, 29 career goals. Bella Folino, 32 career goals. Brecken Mozingo, she has 29 career goals. And there is Jennifer Rockwood, 445 wins. As the only head soccer coach that BYU has ever had. Her career win rate, a very impressive 75.3%. Her team this year, 10-1-2. Tom Stone's Red Raiders 11-0-2. Texas Tech, one of just 8 unbeaten teams in NCAA Division I women's soccer. And here we go. What a setup for the match of the night in the NCAA. 2 top 10 teams. The conference title in the balance. This is going to be fun. Ranson 5 stops in half number 1. You see our score line. Goals to admire. Let's take a look at this past week's best in the Big 12. It's goals of the week. Number 5 brings us to Norman, UCF, and Oklahoma. And UCF's Katie Bradley with the corner, finding Kylie Thielen for the header. USF would go on to win that game by a score of 2-1.
Just such a pure connection right there with the ball. That contact is beautiful.
Headers are nice. Let's do them twice. And a header from a player we're seeing tonight, Hannah Anderson, off the Macy Blackburn corner in the home game against Oklahoma. Red Raiders won that one 2-0, and the goal for Hannah Anderson.
The timing up to a header on a corner kick is everything, and those 2 goals just show it.
Another player we're seeing tonight, Brecken Mozingo. Left-footed free kick, sailing and bending into the upper 90 right side. Part of a 7-0 win at Iowa State. Brecken Mozingo with a beauty.
Yeah,
on the free kick.
There's really nothing else to say except for beautiful. That was a beautiful shot.
TCU at Oklahoma State. TCU's A.J. Hennessy slaloming through defenders and scoring from deep in the 17th. The only goal in a 1-0 win for the Horned Frogs over the Cowgirls.
The perfect amount of loft just right over that keeper's hands. And look at the celebration. We love it.
Houston picking up a Big 12 win against West Virginia with our number 1 goal. And this one was a wild one. It ends up with a little bit of a back heel. Alexis Folks would score it as the ball was ping-ponging around the 18. Ricochet, and the pinball action ending up off the back heel, back leg for the marker.
That is determination. Determination right there. It's going to touch 5 girls, but it's going to go in the back of the net.
Those are the Big 12 goals of the week. Busy night in the Big 12. All 14 teams in action. This is the latest of the 7 games. And here's what we've got. Texas going to Orlando and winning 3-1 earlier today. The upset with Cincinnati defeating Oklahoma State.
You're watching NCAA Women's Volleyball on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus from the historic Smith Fieldhouse in Provo, Utah, where tonight the 9th-ranked BYU Cougars host the Iowa State Cyclones. A couple of matches going on tonight in the league. Updated standings look like this. Texas undefeated at 9-0. UCF the surprise early at 7-0. BYU in 3rd. Iowa State a half game back of the Cougars. Great to have you with us. I'm Jeremy Jordan alongside the former Cougar All-American and USA International Amy Gannon. Amy, BYU introduced to a lot of new opponents, first ever meeting between these two.
Really tough for her to find wide open kills, and so she's got to find a way to be successful with a lot of defense in front of her.
23rd Cougar in BYU history, 9th in the rally era to eclipse 1,000 kills. The big news though for Baylor, Kendall Stowers out today with an undisclosed injury. She has led the Bears as a standout freshman.
Really, yeah, just a freshman. She is so exciting to watch. She is tough. She works hard. She leads this team. She passes 6 rotations, hits most of the balls, and is the kill leader. This is a huge thing for Baylor to overcome.
0.4 digs, which is a really big number there. The 0.8 blocks. Whitney Bauer can do it all.
She can, and you look at that, and it just shows the impact that Bauer has had throughout her entire career on the floor. She is a huge part of this team and their success.
And then her career numbers. She keeps climbing the charts in the Rally era. 3rd in assists, 7th in per set, 3rd in aces, 5th in digs. She's gonna cross 4,000 assists in this match. In fact, she already on the road taking on Iowa State next week. Huge matchup for BYU at Texas in a top 10 matchup next Thursday and Friday. We'll see her on vaults, bars, and floor perhaps, as she's added floor to her repertoire this year. For BYU, Kylie Aquinto.
Kylie's a sophomore who also has big potential this evening. She is a great leader on the team, and we will be seeing her in 3 events, easily capable of scoring 9, 8, or better on each of those events.
Team high 117 points scored so far for Equinto. Well, it's the 3rd meet for the Cougars in the Beehive State this season, but the first at home. West Virginia and BYU is coming up after the break. It's happening for rotation 4 as you take a look at the score by score through 3. BYU ahead 147-150 on West Virginia. With this crowd getting into it prior to BYU on the floor and West Virginia on the beam. The Cougars score a season-high 49.1 on the beam, led by Elise Rollins, 9.85.
You know, looking at those scores.
Jorgensen gets a 9.875, a new career high for her.
So thrilling and exciting. It just gets us so pumped for the rest of season 2, and it's just like electric when we also end on floor like that, and it's just so fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great meet. I'm super excited to see them in their next home set.
Women's basketball coming up tomorrow, 6 Eastern on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus on the men's side as well. This has been a presentation of ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. For Kennedy and McKell and our crew, I'm Jeremy Jordan saying so long from Provo. The Cougars put up a new season high.